Hey guys, Ballatw here, back with another VOD review. It's viewer submissions again. I think I'm going to be moving the schedule for viewer submissions over till Thursday because replays for World Cup are coming out on the weekend, and then Tuesday or Wednesday is a patch, so I need to get that in. So I'm going to be moving, basically switching those two. So viewer submissions are now going to be on Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, but feel free to continue to submit your submissions. The next topic, I just announced it, is going to be how to survive half in, half out. So I want people to submit VODs of them dying in half in, half out. If you want the description on how to do that, look below. Besides that, please like, subscribe, and comment on the video, and we'll move on. Let's get this started. How about it? So today's topic is about transitioning your creative 1v1 or mechanical skill into normal games. I think this is something that people have a huge problem with doing. I think people focus a lot on creative 1v1 and they feel really good in creative 1v1, but they always come out into, you know, anybody's channel. They're like, I'm really good at creative. I'm really good at PG fighting, but I can't win any games. Or it feels completely different when I'm in a normal game, right? Very, very common question. Very, very, very common question. So the goal of this is I ask people to send me one VOD of them creativing for 10 minutes against somebody that they think is probably in the same skill level as. And then I ask them to submit a full game. And we're basically going to be watching the creative, spotting some things, and then going to the normal game and being like, how can we help this person get to where they want to be in normal games? Based on what they see in creative. And then we're also just going to talk general stuff, right? So I think what we're going to do to start is we're going to do a little chat exercise. I've been liking these a lot recently, right? I've been liking them a lot, and I want to basically try to plan out and figure out where I want to go with this, because I thought a lot about this, and it would be really hard for me to really try to like if I spent some time with one person's VOD, I could be like, okay, you suck at this, you suck at this, you suck at that, you're good at this, you're good at that, but you can't get it over to this, here's what you have to do. But when talking about like a bunch of different viewers VODs and stuff like that, I didn't really know where to go with it. So I want to kind of try to plan it with you guys, right? So first thing I want to talk about, right, is what makes creative 1v1 and real games different. Okay, so differences between creative 1v1s and normal games, right? So let's look at it from the perspective of creative 1v1s. What makes it different from real games? I'll start with my first idea, right? Is you have infinite mats, right? Okay. FPS is a good one, but I think I'll keep that one out because you can't really do anything about FPS. Lack of third parties, good. Please. Ping, controlled environment. So I'm going to change that one to, or I'm going to do / no pressure, right? You are basically doing this over and over. You respawn. There's no pressure, anything like that. Meds is a good one. Oh, controlled environment also kind of leads to no loot as well, or like different. There's no different loot, right? Equal loot. Or essentially no loot imbalances. I'm going to change that to, right? So there's no material imbalance and there's no loot imbalance. You can't go up against somebody with a gold shotgun. No meds. That's a good one as well. Fall damage, yeah, no fear of height. Yep, so you're never afraid of being too high. You can predict most things people will do because creative fights have a set pattern. Yeah, that's a good one. Same, so no, easier to predict, right? Everybody does the same thing. Exactly, Luminary, you got it. Same. No health imbalance as well. True. Beating the same situation over and over again. Yeah, so I'd leave that in under the same bolt as easier to predict. I think we're good here. Whoa. My light just went out. Okay, cool. So those are the differences, right? So let's think about how we should be transitioning, or how we should be build fighting so that we can, you know, ignore these differences, right? Kind of thing. What is the normal action we should be doing when we creative? How can we counter this such that it is going to be correct for normal games, right? So this practice is valuable in normal games. So I don't know even how to call this, right? How to counter the differences. Right, no overbuilding. Yep, that's exactly it. I'm gonna say, yeah, precise building, no overbuilding. Don't, you know, well, that's about it. So somebody who comes to mind straight away that when I watch them build fight is Bizzle, right? Bizzle. He's always very, very precise when he's creative fighting, right? Very, very precise. Okay, no fall damage. Yeah, we could turn fall damage on. It's a good one. I don't necessarily think that's the best thing, because really you shouldn't be falling. If you fall, you're screwing yourself already. You should never. If you fall in a real game, you're already screwing yourself as well. I don't think fall damage is a huge thing to turn on. Like, I don't think that's a big deal. I think this is huge. Regardless, yes, you can, let's say, turn on fall damage. I'm gonna say that you, like, this goes in with the easier to predict and control environment. Don't do things you don't ever want to do in real games, right? This would mean, like, you know, doing a technique that's completely irrelevant in a real game. Like, some people say that 90s are irrelevant in real games, so therefore they shouldn't do 90s in build fights. But obviously that's not true. 90s are very relevant. That was just the first thing that came to my head. Ooh, one that pisses me off, where Bumpa does all the time, if Bumpa's still in chat, when he infinite Thwyfo cones. He just continues double ramping Thwyfo cone, 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 and that shit pisses me off. Because he would never, he said later, bitch. So don't do things that you don't ever want to do in real games. This is the same thing. Like, back in the day, people used to double ramp out like really high off of a mountain and shit like that. That was bad. So that's the thing. Watch your tempo. This is some of the notes I already had. Watch your tempo in build fights. Right? Compare it to your normal games. So you want your tempo in normal game. This is actually like the opposite, right? You want your normal game tempo to actually match your build fighting tempo, because your build fighting is almost always faster. Almost always faster. I will watch every single one, and this is going to be a huge part of when we actually start watching these, is how come you are always faster in build fighting? And if somebody says they're slower at build fighting, I don't know what you guys are doing. You're doing everything that I ever thought wrong, but it's okay. So let's compare your normal games versus your build fight games and try to match build fight speed in normal games, right? Without sacrificing other things, right? Somebody that comes to mind in this is like Kaizui, right? Or Thwyfo or Bugga, right? They all have like insane speed at whatever fast building they do. They have insane speed when it comes to both build fighting and normal game. Okay, and then the last thing is, like, this is the opposite of this, right? Damn it. This is the opposite of this one. Don't do things that you never want to do in real games. Do things that you would want to do in real games, right? Okay, so these are basically some counters to the differences. We could also like directly counter some of this, right? Like use meds, minis, or something like that. Fall damage, we said. Oh, I already said fall damage on. There's no way really to counter this at all, except like Zone Wars is actually better here. But that's not creative 1v1. Easy to predict. Everybody does the same thing. This is very hard to counter, right? But regardless, I think we're good here. This is what you should be trying to get at when you are creative 1v1ing. All right. With that said, let's come up with, like, this is what I want everybody to be looking at when they are going through these VODs with me, right? Add utility, yeah. Okay, this is what I want. Sorry. Let's go here. I don't necessarily think that you guys should be doing this all the time, but it would maybe help it make it more realistic. Just because build fighting should be fast, it should be grinding, all that stuff. So regardless, I don't want people to start turtling in build fights. That's not something I'm advocating, right? Because build fight is all about practicing your mechanical skill and getting those in. So anyways, so goals of watching these VODs, all right? Let's make it so here's what I want to spot. Every time I look at somebody's VOD, I want to see if there's anything they're actually working, right? Anything they're actually working on. So I want to see if they're trying new techniques or if they're just doing the same thing, right? Because this goes back to the easy to predict, to the controlled environment, right? If you just do the same thing every single build fight, then you're not really getting anywhere, right? You're just practicing the preciseness, the speed, the accuracy. And while that is exactly the point of a build fight, if you're not adding anything, you're not really expanding your repertoire at all, right? So I want to spot, check if learning any new techniques and breaking their habits. Okay, so that's number one. I'm gonna let's make these numbers, right? Boom. Okay, number two. I want to see, is there anything they do in creative that they don't apply in normal games, right? And this gets to the fact that don't do things that you don't ever want to do in real games and do things that you would want to do in real games. It's mostly this one, right? Mostly this one. Okay. And then I want to, the last thing that I thought of, and maybe we can also, you guys can come up and help me with this as well, is are you as fast as you are in creative in real games? Mostly it's the speed, right? A lot more people are more precise in normal games, but not as fast, right? So these are the three different things I want to kind of spot when we're looking for this. Okay, I don't know how it's gonna go. Let me know if you guys have any ideas on what to do or how to do it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into one. Here, our friend Zycoma, our good friend Zycoma, is in a build fight. So let's go ahead and watch. I'm gonna turn it down. Audio isn't that important. Okay, double coning, right? That's something I already noticed that is very common for people not to do is cone flooring, right? Nice block.
I'm supposed to be a professional player, but I think I'm professional at fucking cone.
Okay, right there he didn't cone floor, so that may be something that he's working on.
I suck at that side jump when I'm really up on the ground.
Oh! Hold up, what?
Professional at fucking coning myself.
Bruh! What are you saying?
When I'm really up on the ground.
Oh! Whoa. Holy hell, Zycoma. That was smooth.
You tricked me for sure. I forgot that was your floor. You should have taken damage there.
Okay, this is something right here. I don't think most people would actually notice this, but this jump up, the way that he jumps up right here, jumps up and cones floor right away. See, he put the cone and the floor there. That's actually so useful in endgame, and I guarantee he's not doing it in endgame. And again, it's gonna be really hard. The reason why it's gonna be very difficult is it's only one game that I asked them to submit in normal mode, so I don't know. It's gonna be difficult. I love that too. This is something that Bugga does a lot, where he cone floors, and if the person goes up more, he actually just edits the ramp out and then even walls it. So it's basically like just ramping up, but also looking for the Dimmadome, right? Or the Kuni Classic, or whatever you want to call it.
Oh my god, that was IQ as fuck.
There, that right there, I guarantee is super difficult to implement in normal games, but it is very valuable. Extending the cone over, something that Riley does a lot.
No, you coming away. No.
No, please, 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 please. Oh, I was muted at it. I'm so scared. Just edit it.
He said, just edit it. Psychoma, you're kind of dirty though. Hold up. Jeez, brother.
Yo. Why did you say that? I'm dying.
Little fake.
I was trying to do the IQ play, dude.
Alright. So I've already spotted a few things. His speed is actually like, let's keep in mind the speed at his creative. Right? I think that his precision is bad. Right? I think that his precision and accuracy with his builds is poor. Right? I'm not saying you're bad. You're clearly fucking good at this. Right? I've seen some nut stuff that I've seen already, but I see you spamming builds. I see you making mistakes. I see you doing that stuff. Right?
When I do have height, I don't know what to do.
So we'll watch another fight
Yeah,
here.
bro. Like, I don't know how to keep high and do damage at the same time. I just don't, without waiting for them to do something.
What's the secret? Just do nothing?
Damn, bro, you're nasty.
I don't know what the secret is either.
Oh, little 9. Oh, quad 90. Let's go.
It's 4 and kind of myself, dude. I'm losing it.
Not yours.
Nice.
What the heck?
See, like this right there. That was a mistake. I mean, I there's tons of mistakes. That's okay. Again, this is practice and
Twice?
mechanical skill, and obviously we're all trying to get better. Go Pie, what do you mean?
You always just watch me fail and then destroy me.
That's probably something that doesn't happen too often. Is that like that edit reset right there?
What is going on?
Oh, specifically on the cone, right? I know that walling people is very, very common. Oh, damn.
You fucking wall hugged it.
Damn.
I am terrified right now. That was beautiful.
So clean. Don't say that again.
That happens a lot, by the way. If we're just looking at mistakes, that double cone thing happens a lot. I don't know if it's on purpose or what, but happens a lot. Damn. Okay, that looked like something new that probably doesn't happen too often. Like, I saw you maybe do it twice so far, but you've scuffed it once, and you scuffed it again here. So that's something that you're working at. That's good. So you are breaking the habits of your normal creative, probably. Oh, you just did it again? 3 times, like, really close succession? Nice. Door edits! Yes! See, like, that shakiness right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's the preciseness that we're missing. Alright, let's move on to the real game. We're gonna go straight to fights. So I'm gonna be scrubbing this for fights. Specifically fights with mats, so... Oh damn, you already got a kill?
The north one, the north little thing. Oh my god, he's right here. Need help?
Yep. Trying to help.
He's one hit.
Found him?
Yeah.
Stay back, you're low.
Yeah, early game fights are kind of
Oh, he's gone.
mostly irrelevant.
It's him.
There's a little bit of mats here. Right, you can't compare early game fights to creative fights, really. Except like in Tilted when there's a lot of walls of editing and stuff like that, so.
Pushing hard.
From where? Can I see them?
You see him, he's right in front of us.
He just dynamited?
This is stalemate. Yeah, it looks like a stalemate.
Actually, no, it's alright.
Wait, you win this? You win this?
I have some benches at 5.
Okay.
You wanna come?
Yeah. Go. Fuck. Where's his teammate?
I think we should push one right now.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know where his teammate is.
Let's push.
Teammate's in the back.
Yeah, low mats fight.
Good job. Focus together.
That one.
Yeah.
Come on me.
Reloading. Yeah. Got it.
Ah, that was sick. Very nice, but still no.
My heart.
Just build out a wood.
Mostly irrelevant.
And then that bounty's gone. Like, oh, we can just up there. Beamed. Can't believe it.
God damn, brother. Sat in this cone the entire game. Oh, here's somebody pushing you.
Just one.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. Throwing dynamite for you?
Like this.
Oh my god, watch out.
Oh.
I'm throwing.
What? There's people on top.
All right, this fight is very relevant to. Okay, like there's an opportunity to double edit here.
You can finish if you want. He's pushing. You can drop us down. Oh, repeat. Edit.
Here, like the speed, right? The speed feels the same, but it doesn't feel like you're doing the amount of things that you were in creative, right? So like this right here is something I point to is you reset the cone, but you didn't reset the floor. You know what I'm saying? Right? So when I'm talking about speed, you should have been able to do both of these things. Actually, you should have already had reset both of them like really fast. Like if we watch that back again, the speed that you do it, like when we saw you resetting the cone to try to look for a shot in the PG.
You can drop us down. Oh, repeat.
It was already done. You know what I'm saying?
Edit.
Watch my walls.
This edit would have also you've been gone. Getting in the ball. That was sick, by the way. Smart. Quick thinking. All right, we should be able to get a good look at everything from here.
Oh fuck, bro! You didn't tell me it was on top of you.
I didn't know. Otherwise I would have told you.
Okay, I was gonna say, don't tell me you're in a ball the rest of the game.
Yeah, go.
No, it's not.
Let's go.
You have a launch pad, right?
Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, dude.
Alright. Yeah, I just glitch out. That's why I won't easily do it. It's alright.
No, it feels bad for these guys.
Wait, don't care about it.
Okay, we gotta get.
All right, here we go, baby.
Nice.
Can you reload this?
Again, I'm looking specifically for the things that I mentioned in terms of transitioning creative skills.
Jump up, yeah. Oh, that's up the ball.
Okay, you just missed the cone above. This is something that I think you actually addressed in your email to me, was practicing tunneling versus anything in creative. Like you never practice horizontal building in creative at all, right? At all. So that's an issue that people need to think of. It's not an issue when you're actually using creative. Like you can not practice horizontal building in creative 1v1s. It's just not a thing. Got stair was nice. That's going to be a big recurring theme, is like the fact that horizontal building is so weak and creative. Get it! Get it!
Oh, let's go, bro. Oh my god, there's so many balls. You got top 20? Top 15?
Yeah. Need to pop this big.
Alright. That big now.
I'm really not seeing any of the creative prowess at all in your gameplay. Actually, I'm seeing some similarity, some crossover, obviously, between your creative and your gameplay, right? Where you scuff door edits, stuff like that. Like I'm not trying to be a dick. Those things are carrying over. The impreciseness might be carrying over as well, especially when I saw earlier in the game. The speed is not carrying over. We know that for sure. That's nice. That was awesome. That would have been something that you picked up because of your speed in creative. Damn, bruh.
Fuck.
Dude, these guys just win the game. They have double minigun on mid ground. So yeah, there's something I noticed. Yeah, about right here. Earlier in the game that I saw before I even watched this. Why are there so many EU players in your game?
From where? Can I see them?
You see him, he's right in front of us.
Aren't you in a East?
Dynamite
Oh!
Melted his teammate.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, okay, sorry, that was it right there.
I see them.
You see
It
him.
was this little moment right here.
He just dynamited himself?
Imprecise building that is literally from
Melted his teammate.
creative. Like actually that was fast and it was because he had to build off the side. But still, like I don't know what my point is there.
Okay, okay.
Bad point. Move on. Thanks, man. Let's go to our friend Tyrani.
Sorry, I have a lag switch.
That's not an FPS thing though. What do you mean?
Last time I saw this guy, like
Oh yeah, you're right.
he was actually like legit. It felt like he was a PG warrior in normal games. Like in the normal games that we watched from him, it felt like he was literally doing everything from PG in real games, which is cool. Hey, by the way, using heals. Let's see how this plays. I've played with heals before, and it actually works pretty well.
Good luck, dude.
No, you stop it right there.
This guy's horizontal building, so that's useful.
You made
What?
me, please.
Excuse me.
What is that being like? It gave you the me? Wait, what?
So actually, look, like just adding minis changed this fight already because he's already trying to heal. He's already trying to heal, and it's making it so that he turtles. So this fight is way more realistic already. Way more.
Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Oh my god, I was about to place around.
Why didn't you in the first place?
His cone usage is really good already on people who are turtling.
Oh my god, it was almost free.
I think I have another creative VOD.
Free real estate.
Edit. Oh my, this guy.
Oh my god. What is this like? What is this like? Oh my god. Yep, I knew I wasn't at 40 pink freaking 200. I tried to click my. What is this? I just swung my pickaxe.
Moving on.
You weirdo! You actual weirdo!
Dude, we have a young Riley right here, by the way. I'm just saying, this is a young Riley.
Stop it! I have to build for height now.
Legit, he's doing so many Riley tactics, it's nuts. How much do you watch FN Riley? How much, Tyrani? Tell us the truth. Tell us the truth.
Oh my god.
Ah, I missed.
That was pretty cool what I just did right there.
Who died? Okay, buddy.
What? You, jeez.
This man.
No question.
Jeez Louise?
What is this? I've never seen that. What is this?
Oh my god, this is so much easier on. You know what I'm about to say.
Okay,
Oh,
Mr.
what? I just
Phase.
spaced through everything.
He said Mr. Phase.
Phase up, brother. Nice shot. Holy, good shot.
What can I build?
Oh, what a dirty shot. The low ground peak. That's something people need to do a lot more.
I saw you walk backwards.
There's all of that. All of that low ground peaking.
Yeah, heal up. Heal up. I already know you.
It's funny because I already know, like, oh, by the way, that was sick right there. Instead of like going all the way back into the box, he just edged the side. Very nice.
Oh,
Stop doing that.
All right, I've seen enough. I've seen the the Marta side wall. I've seen a bunch of Riley stuff that I just name them stuff that wherever I see it I name it like that. The Riley cones for the most part. The half wall edits from Riley as well. He does that a lot like that. So we'll see if that stuff transition. Those are the techniques I'm seeing. The speed is like mid, like he's not super fast and he's very precise. He's still very precise. Like I don't see him making as many mistakes.
I don't care about the height anymore. I'm just gonna low ground warrior you.
That was interesting too. Like this is important, right? Is to extend your walls, right? You always do that in normal fights, but you don't do that in creative at all.
why am I not editing?
Oh my god, why did I do that?
You know what? Fine, I'll
Disgusting.
fine.
Disgusting. Yeah, see, this is the issue though about having the heals, right? Is it makes it so that the fights get extended. This is what I was talking about. It's no longer fight, and it also does do the job of forcing turtles and stuff like that. That's good.
Oh, it's a height.
Yep, it is height.
All right, moving on. Well, let me see. Is there another guy that he fights, or is he fighting the same
I
guy?
do, dude. Shut up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's the same guy. Okay. Game. Here we go.
And for a solid 2 minutes.
Box up, box up.
Why is the quality so much worse?
Wood.
Like
Got a ball.
so much worse. Like I can't.
Breaking that.
Oh my god. Maybe it's the Endgame FPS.
I might use Ballatw to be honest.
Jesus.
Hit this guy, got him down to white. Got him down to white. Southwest,
Rift
southwest.
soon.
I'm rifting right now. Off the slurp.
We'll watch it, but like this is not watchable. Okay, I can't. The bitrate has just fallen way down. I literally see individual pixels. There, he used the cone. Holy frick. He used the cone right here that he was doing a lot, which was making sure that he puts a cone on whenever somebody starts boxing up. I can't. We can't do this. I'm sorry. We just can't. Hopefully this game is better.
It's a game.
Alright, by the way.
Western Geeky.
Where's the guy above?
Nah, your FPS goes way too low here in Endgame.
You have it.
Oh. It's not placing.
This one's better,
Oh,
It's in place.
but like the recording just dies there.
I'm dropping down.
Holy hell. That sucks because I thought that this was going to be interesting.
You just play this out.
This one looks a little better.
Float as long as possible. I'm able to get height from this.
This one looks better.
Okay.
I have 333.
Okay, I'll build. I'm gonna drop down as soon as I can.
Looks like arena.
Because that's how you can get height. Wow.
Alright, bet. Can't drop any lower.
I have it.
Dude, it's insane. Your play was 60 FPS. Jeez Louise.
Let's keep going back. Keep the bow.
Melt the shield on him.
No, just play height. That guy's weak. Rifters. Shall come up now.
He's building just as precisely as he did in his creative, by the way.
Tart for me.
Just as precisely.
4 rifters above.
We're getting broken.
Yep. dropping down.
Man, so many mats still. It's ridiculous.
Got one.
Okay.
Still height.
Nobody fought you for height,
Still
so
another
it kind of
Richter above.
sucks.
Focus Richter.
This is like almost irrelevant to watch because of how little people fought you.
I boogied myself. Wait, no, I didn't.
I lost high ground.
I'm going through the building.
I'm gonna break me in.
Majin boof.
You have height? No, you don't, right?
No. Someone's MSU as well.
Okay, this last guy on me. Choke him.
He could have done his little thing where he places the cone.
He's dead on me, bro.
Oh, yikes.
I had no more mats.
That was dirty. Oh, using traps is something very important too. There, nice.
Mats the,
Dude, his
Yeah, no,
very, like, he double cone floored there. That was good.
he got 50 HP just now.
Man, this should not appear. Like, that's annoying. An endgame? Like, are you kidding me?
Nice.
He was doing the same stuff again. Just, I think FPS really affects you. I mean, we can tell it affects the recording, so. Okay, let's move on to add good friends. Let's do Baba. Let's do Baba for a bit. I'm feeling that it's gonna be awkward to try to do what I'm doing, especially not with many normal VODs, like not normal game VODs. Okay, the ramp before the side jump, important. The speed is high-ish, not as high as Zycoma was, but it's still high. The precision is probably about the same, right? Kind of a lot of random spam building, spam building, which you just can't do in normal games at all. Stretched. What happened? No, come on, man. Come on, man.
Yo, boys, 500 volvia, let's go. Iko, eikö se oo tarpeeksi Tigers? Yes. Otetaan tähän nää TTV overbuildit. No jes, jos osaa rakentaa.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Damn, brother. That was dirty. Two things, right? It was there was the stairs. He would, whenever he would make a stairs, he would hold the edit to reverse, and if he didn't need to, he wouldn't reverse. He would just keep going up. And then there was the double edit through the cone floor when he caught him. That's nice. Nice. All right, let's watch one more. And this is gonna be like, if this doesn't, if we don't get like anything to actually compare against, then we're just not gonna, we're gonna do something different in terms of like actually looking. Oh my god, that cone was nice. How did he get this bad boy over here? What a dirty freaking cone. Follow up with Scuff though. Oh, that was almost sick, but your FPS dropped. Yeah, I have a feeling that you're going to be a lot different than you will be in real game. I hope these FPS drops aren't happening in your actual game. Yeah, they are. But not nearly as bad as they look on the recording, I think. All right, cool. Baba game.
Oh wait, shoot instead.
Yeah, lag fuck. Oh.
Real quick.
Wait.
I kind of feel like the best way would have been to ask for, like, I already see where this is going, right? He already has 2 Rift to goes. I have a feeling we're not going to see any fights. I should have asked for like solo squad VODs or something like that, or like just W key VODs. This looks like an Atlantis custom, or maybe finals of something.
I got height.
Oh, okay, fight, nice. A little fight, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
nope. I wasn't there.
I think we.
Oh my god, I fucking hate him.
Nice.
Is he never on the mountain?
Yeah, I'm getting fucked by Jean.
I'm putting pressure.
Thanks.
We just gotta push him. We just gotta push
Kind
him.
of sounds like Mr. Savage.
Probably pick him up.
Nah, he's height. I got height.
Yeah. He's in his...
On me. 200.
Good job. Let's go.
Okay.
Kill the edit.
He did do the same
Yeah, I'm getting fucked by Jean.
I'm putting pressure.
Thanks.
right here
We
with
just gotta push him.
the double edit down.
He's probably pick him up.
Nah, he's height.
The double cone floor, that's good. You gotta make sure that you're doing those things, like the basic things that you are doing in creative. You have to be doing what he just did right there. You have to be using him.
On me. 210.
Good shit,
Fuck
man.
you.
Oh,
I feel like I've seen this before.
But hold on a sec. Pick it. Go up against those.
I don't know why I feel like I've seen this before.
See them. These surfboards are scuffed as hell. Yeah, I think they're cannoned.
Yeah, I heard somebody. Yeah, 2 guys.
Here comes the turtle. And probably the rift.
We'll see if it.
Fine.
For skin 35. It's good. Use the geyser. If we get stinky, we can just use the vent.
Trying to get an angle right now.
What it? He's got knocked. I didn't get it. Oh fuck.
Shit. West. That ball's almost broken. Close ball's almost broken.
Shoot the rifters.
On the wood.
The geysers.
You hit
Straight.
Okay.
Hold on. 35. Give me and place the launch pad. One guy is 1 HP. Knocked.
I'm here with you. Come down. What's that?
Did he just kill him? Oh my god, that bloom.
Nah, I got it.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Just stay zone. Get in
My marker is in zone. Try to land on it. Even if you have to stake storm damage.
I just ran into a bot. I got a guy literally.
I maybe had just watched it earlier.
Directly around me.
Maybe I'm just tripping and I just watched it earlier. That's probably what happened.
Nice, good shit. Nice.
Uno, you made me have thank you next in my head all day. This feels bad.
Still have a campfire sign.
Feels bad.
Just build.
Oh,
Don't tell me you land on this, man. Bop. Dirty, dirty. Yeah, it does. It seems very high.
I'm back.
Yeah, hold on.
Yo, you're clutching out right now. I'm just saying, you're clutching the fuck out. Good edits. Quick edits, quick edits. Okay.
Just saying that's fucking insane what you just did there.
Oops, I did not mean to do that.
Fuck. I missed it.
My bad, dude.
Fuck! Oh my!
Let's go, man!
What? How is that a... Just... What?
Fuck!
No, what is that? What do you mean? What the fuck is that?
Fuck!
178. Bro. You didn't even mean to hit that. One more time. You tried to make two different edits there. That would have been super sick if they hit. But that's a little bit of that imprecision that we're talking about. I have no idea how you hit that shot. It was dirty. It's dirty. Disgusting. It's just high sense things, man. Just high sense things. Let's go frame by frame. Oh, jeez. All right. I don't think I like how this like, I don't have enough games to actually spot, and we don't also have enough time. So this topic, while the beginning was fun, the beginning was super interesting when we went through all this stuff. But I'm not actually seeing, I'm not able to actually do this with only one game, you know? I think watching the creative is okay. Do you guys want to just watch the creatives and criticize? Or what should we do here? Because I'm not a fan of how just watching the creative, being like, okay, here's his tendencies, and then trying to go watch the normal game is working. It just takes way too much prep. Okay. Here's some, all my preciseness was helpful. Bigger PG undefeated streak than Undertaker. Oh my god. No, we're gonna stick to the submissions, guys. Doesn't make sense to not, because these guys did submit, and I want to, you know, give them some stuff. Give them some stuff. I noticed most of these are duos compared to solo game. Is that would have helped? Yeah, that's actually very true, Blicky. And like a lot of them, they just like tend to win the game like normally. So we have 2 more submissions for creative, so we will do that. But like, I guess we'll just criticize creative from here. Yeah. Let's do it. Oh shit, hold on. Quick, real quick. I did not want to do that. Message. Did I get a message? No. Probably gonna have no content since I'm a goat. You're the reason, Destinies. You're the reason. Why is your quality so shit, Destinies? The fuck is this? Hold up. Give me a sec. I want to check if the quality on YouTube is actually better. Slightly. Slightly. Not much though. Not much though. Okay. Come on, bruh. That move is really good, by the way. The just like let him cone you and just rotate. This man, hold him back. Destinies. Oh shit, bro. Somebody hold this man's back. You need somebody to hold him at the start. Jesus. Oh, that little reset was nice. Excuse me. You actually fight very similar to how you should be fighting in normal games. You like you do a lot of the normal shit. Like even the thing where he starts spamming you and you actually back up, it's pretty interesting.
Because they still keep on landing at half even though they've killed them every single time.
Yeah, you're right, you're right, Zach. You're right. Very, very precise.
That just went out.
Oh, that was a nasty fat pump. One thing I've noticed is like you kind of go for edits a lot. You're really careful with them, but sometimes you're not careful, which is weird.
Still probably won.
How's he not gonna hit you there? Which when your head looks like it was peeking over. Show you an example. I mean, that kind of was the same. That wasn't.
Savage about so.
I like. There's a lot of variety here too. A lot of variety. And very rarely actually scuffing. Maybe an edit here or there, but that's about it. Very quick recoveries. You next.
By the way, I think the solo code is going to be coming out soon if you want to play it here.
Okay, Destinies. Okay, buddy. Alright. Should get a better cosmetic choice. Nice. Oh, me oh my.
Frick, how are you?
50.
Damn.
Back to Twitch streaming.
Oh!
I hate native, I can't see shit.
Thanks.
No!
No! Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that's their team.
Don't get pickaxed. Don't get pickaxed.
I love my jump around shots, dude. It's so good.
I knew that you were gonna do it, I just couldn't see
Yeah, it's
what side you were
predictable,
going.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of. I guess it's the only advantage of native that I have. Is that I can do my jump arounds without them seeing exactly where I am the whole entire time.
Colors, it looks so weird. Blocking your back and making sure you know exactly. Oh, okay. What are you talking about, brother?
Fucked it up.
Guy just hit the nastiest shot.
Go get him.
I don't really have anything to add here. I mean, I talked about blocking your back better. That's important. You're trying to extend ramps rather than just making sure that you cone yourself or whatever it is.
Fuck, that shot.
And you're not tracking your opponent very well.
I'm trying to track you.
Watch the regular VOD of this guy. Hey, a solo VOD, nice.
Go ahead.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What does this guy do? I don't know why you L danced on him, but that's okay. You should have realized that you could take that wall a lot sooner, and I think that's part of the same thing as what the what you were doing in creative, where you weren't realizing that like what was actually happening around you. It's the same kind of. It could be the same root cause, right? Could be the same root cause. Yeah, this format sucks. Bad VOD review topic, boys. I'm sorry. Next week's is gonna be good though. Next week is gonna be really good.
Buddy?
I wanted to try to get something in with creative. I really did. Like half the time anything relevant would be is in the sky, right?
Does not have height. Oh shit, it's RPG.
Ah! Nice. I'm out of here.
Good. Go star. Launch padding.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Oh yikes,
Don't
feels
shoot me,
bad.
Don't shoot me, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. Please.
What's my honest opinion on creative as practice? It's very good. Doesn't practice everything though. It just practices. It's just like Kovacs, right? Kovacs practices specific, very specific aim. Creative practice, very specific build, aim, and awareness. And it's actually in the game. Creative is very good. That doesn't mean it's actually useful. Like, if you're a creative god, you're not going to be good at the game. Awareness, nice. Blocking his back. It's actually something we different. Let's go, Femmet. Let's go, baby. Don't tell me this guy's psychos. Go up. Go up. Damn it.
Oh my god, I can't edit, dude.
Nice floor. Nice floor. Thwifo cones are more useful in competitive as rather than height. Rather than using it for height, it's way better to use them to block. I reloaded this heavy sniper once. Could have been so useful. You tunnel hard on people. This guy has no idea. To be confident there with your edit. No way. Bruh. How are you gonna get pickaxed in the middle of a freaking endgame? Why is this guy spamming stinks?
Fuck.
That's so unfair. Alright, guys. Oh, man. Yeah, Zycom, I agree with you. I think there's people who are very good at creative, and it looks like they are very good at creative in scrims. But that's because they put so much time into actually transitioning the work into scrims. Very important. Very important. Thwifo, Kazooie, Bugga, Aspect. A lot of those guys have the best mechanics because of how much they've creatives and how much they put that in. And yeah, it's way too. I haven't seen him scrim, but it's nuts. It's crazy. It's crazy how much that transitions into real games. All right, guys, that's gonna be a wrap for me. I'm gonna go do some other stuff, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Do all the things on my social media. Make sure you submit for next week's topic. It's going to be how to survive half in, half out. If you're interested in that, it's going to be in the description below. Besides that, thank you guys. Peace.